Iqbal Baloch mani special segment program tha anju suma zane ke ma ame koshish karna ke mauti ma maragesha ek anche program marduma tawar be kana ye barishtana bizira कि आज वस्ते बलूचिस्तान बलोच मालूक के वास्ता जो वस्ते कार करने गया और या आने कोई इम्पोर्टेंट रोल हस्ते बलूचिस्तान है बेहतरी के वास्ता बलूचिस्तान है मालूक के वास्ता हमें पेड़ा माँ जो वस्ते मर्ची वती गेस्ट एज अ US Consulate General of Sindh and Balochistan Mr. Milian Watima और को तगा और मर्ची माचे जिसका नगलोटे हैं कि आज वस्ते बलूचिस्तान महलू के वास्ता या बलूचिस्तान बेहतरी के वास्ता चे गाम के ज़रूरता और चे कार करना गया. Mr. Williams, first of all, I would like to thank you for taking out time from your very busy schedule for this interview. And I would also like to mention this to you that we are the first Balochi television news channel of Pakistan, which holds the honor from the Baloch Strata of Pakistan Society of being a true representative.
Well, I want to welcome you to the consulate, our new consulate, and I'm very pleased that you could be here today.
Thank you. Sir, how do you feel being in Karachi? I mean, how has your experience been so far?
Well, I found all of Pakistan to be a very welcoming and warm place. That's one of the things that I think is so important, is that when we look at the American people and the Pakistani people, we might have our differences, but I think that when we get together and can meet each other one-on-one, we see how much we have in common. And that's what's been exciting for me, is getting to know Pakistanis and seeing how warm and hospitable they are.
True. Sir, we have been traveling to interior Sindh and Balochistan.
Yes.
You have been traveling to the villages over there in regards of USAID programs.
Yes.
How has your experience been?
Well, it's been great. One of the things that I wanted to do when I came to Pakistan and took up this job was to get to know Balochistan better and to spend more time there. After I arrived here, on the third day I was in Pakistan, I flew to Quetta, and we held the first American Independence Day celebration ever in Balochistan. And it was a big success, and I was very pleased to do that and plan to do that on a regular basis.
That's good. So you have been traveling to other places of Pakistan also, just like you said.
Yes.
What difference have you felt when you have traveled to Balochistan? I mean, I know you have traveled to Quetta and Hub. What differences have you felt, be it like economical situation of Balochistan, be it the health, or be the normal living standard of any individual? What differences have you felt as compared to other part of Pakistan?
Well, Balochistan has a unique culture, and that's one of the things I've noticed right away. I'm from the west coast of the United States, and I went to graduate school in Arizona, the southwest. And when I'm in Balochistan, I'm really struck by many of the geographic or geological similarities and the landscapes that remind me very much of the western part of the United States. Another thing that I really enjoy when I'm there is the food. I think the food there is fabulous, and one of the things Americans like to do is barbecue meat, and I think there's a real similarity there with Balochistan.
So what is a different thing have you found in the Baloch culture and tradition, that is, you can say, that strikes you very, that is really remarkably thing? What is that in the
Well, the thing that strikes me the most is how warm and welcoming they are. When I meet people for the first time, and takes a very short amount of time where I feel like I've known them for a long time. And every time I go back to Balochistan and I see the same people, and it's like going home almost. They're so warm and welcoming, and there's just such a warmth there that is, I think, unique among Pakistanis, but also especially Baloch people.
Okay. So you have been traveling to, your U.S. consulate for Sindh and Balochistan.
Yes.
And I have seen some of your pictures, and you've actually made your presence felt in regards of U.S. aid program.
That's right.
How successful have you been in that?
Well, I think that, we want to do more. We're looking for projects, we're looking at different opportunities where we think that we can benefit the people of Balochistan, and that our aid and our aid dollars get directed to projects that are going to enhance the economic opportunity, the educational opportunities for everyday people.
Just like you said that these educational, like the assistance that is being provided through a USAID program, do you have any kind of committee or that ensures that the right people are being who are affected by flood, or the needy people, or they're getting are the right people getting the help and assistance?
Well, to us here in Pakistan, Americans, government workers in Pakistan, we feel that we have a critical responsibility to the taxpayers of America, because you have to remember that that money is coming from people, regular people just like yourself, who are working every day and paying their taxes. So we feel a real obligation to make sure it's spent in a way that benefits the people that we want to and is not misdirected. So we have very stringent auditing mechanisms, and most recently we've entered into a contract with Transparency International to set up a hotline where people that feel that the money or the programs is being somehow compromised can feel free to call in and report it.
Right. So as you know that Balochistan is the biggest province of Pakistan and holds the largest massland. Have you faced any problem to reach out to the people in the far-flung areas of Balochistan? Because there are places in Balochistan where people are deprived of drinking water and food. These are the basic necessities of life. Have you been able to, has your team been able to reach out to these people in the far areas of Balochistan?
Well, as you say, the vastness of the province is a challenge, and what we look for is partners within the NGO community that might have the mechanisms already set up that can reach out to people. So that's usually what we do here in Pakistan, is partner with either NGOs, UN agencies. For example, all the food aid that came into Pakistan during the floods through the World Food Program, the United States contributed over half that budget. So even though we weren't directly delivering it, or what we were doing is helping to pay for it, to make sure that that agency could get it to the people that need it here in Pakistan.
So, are they like camps, or how are they, let's say if you pick a city in Balochistan, let's say Khuzdar or Dalbandin or Kolu, I'm pretty sure USAID is actively working over there. What is the way to reach a normal person who only speaks Balochi? How is that thing communicated to them? Are there camps over there?
Well, the way that we work again is through NGOs that are located in Balochistan, that understand the local population, understand the geography, understand where the problems are, and have the workers and the organizational skills to deliver the aid that we want. So our partnerships with NGOs do have is programs in English and trying to help benefit students so that they can achieve occupational success after they finish school.
Sir, are these USAID programs, are they long-term or are they short-term?
They're long-term. Some of the things that we're looking at now are irrigation and dams in Balochistan. Again, those would benefit the population for many, many years to come.
So it's long-term, and
yes.
be it like the education facilities that is being provided over there, or health care facilities,
yes.
These are all long-term.
Yeah, we're looking at long-term projects. And again, the lead up to a lot of this, there's a delivery time, an evaluation process. So we're looking at a lot of opportunities now.
I've seen U.S. consulates have the consulates everywhere in Pakistan, be it in Lahore, Islamabad, Karachi. and Sindh and NWFP. Why isn't there a U.S. consulate in Balochistan?
Well, we have discussed opening a consulate in Quetta with the national government, and the government of Pakistan has indicated that they would look at such a facility favorably. There's still ways to go to formalize that agreement and to build a facility. But again, I think the benefit to us is that it would give us the opportunity to be situated there and provide that developmental aid on a regular basis, have eyes on as to where help is needed, what we can do to be of assistance. I have to admit that it's a bit difficult from a distance for us to always be where we need to be.
So it is in the plan that in the future...
We're looking forward to doing that in the future, yes.
Okay. In Balochistan, I've noticed that there is very less, there's very less anti-American in Balochistan. What steps have been taken in order to strengthen, this relationship, and to improve this thing there?
Well, I mean, again, I come back to the consulate. I think that would be a tangible gesture on our part and the government of Pakistan as to the importance of Balochistan, and us being there, being able to strengthen our delivery of developmental aid would be a benefit to the people of Balochistan. Again, a lot of it also just has to do with visibility. As you know, I've tried to get up there frequently. I visit Quetta. During the floods, I was flying over. We had helicopters taking ministers out so we could survey the damage and try to come up with a plan that would best help the people of Balochistan. But I just think from as much engagement as possible, we can strengthen that relationship and hopefully build on it.
Right. Sir, are there any programs like, to highlight the culture? Has there been like any recreational activities being done, for the uplift of Balochi culture and, like some activities like that? Are there any plans?
Well, I haven't planned any, but I'm very much following your cultural day with great interest, and okay. I'm very happy, and I wanted to congratulate all the people on the celebration.
So how do you see this? This 2nd of March, that we are celebrating as a Balochi Culture Day.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's important. I think it actually reminds me of the United States because we have such a diverse, rich cultural heritage there. And I know I'm from California, and we have Cinco de Mayo for the Mexicans, and we have Chinese New Year celebrated, and we celebrate a vast variety of different cultures. And I think it's so important that people maintain their cultural identity and celebrate it and share it, because I think it's important for everybody to know each other intimately in a way that their culture becomes part of our culture.
Right. You want to say anything to our Baloch viewers of Pakistan? Any message to them?
Well, I just wanted to say to them that we look forward to going out and seeing you more often. We hope that more Baloch visitors will visit the United States, and we hope that many more Baloch students will take an opportunity to see our website, to see our Facebook page, and explore educational opportunities in the United States.
Well, sir, I would like to thank you for this, for the services that U.S. is rendering in Balochistan in terms of educational and health facilities, and I hope that it would be a continuous thing, and I hope that people will get benefit and facilitated with this program, and I hope all the best, and I really appreciate your time.
Thank you very much for coming. It's been a real pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you. Gulecharo kanchu shuma gosh dashte Mr. William Martin, Consul General Sindh Balochistan Gapana. और मैं उम्मीददार हूँ कि हमें चुशे गाम के दिगे फीचरतों का ए बिजीरा और आंगुरे महलू का फैसिलिटेट बेकना बलूचिस्तान है और हमें गप्पा ने घुमा मन शुमाई हो इकबाल बलोच शुमार चे इजाज़त दी रहा दे में तो दी सेगमेंट तक अल्लाह बावटे